Hi guys, welcome to the Siemens flight as we're here with TUI flying the 737-800 tonight. Got the latest Zibo mod installed as we're going to be using the retro style MCP, which is now installed with the latest version of the Zibo along with our reserve instruments, which are also the retro ones. We're going to be also using Vulkan tonight, as I'm going to be using the rain effects, so we get to see some rain inside the windshield as it hits as we come into land for Frankfurt, as we depart out of 28 and come in for 25 left. So let's get into the cockpit and start up, guys. If you like the channel and enjoy the flights, don't forget to support us and give us a subscribe, thumbs up, and leave your comments down in the comment section below. So let's get in the cockpit and start up for our pre-flight procedures. Okay, so we're in the 737-800, and as you can see, we've got the lovely retro style MCP along with our retro instruments as well. We've also got the yaw damper, which is just underneath, which is just there. And we can see we've got the Cat 3 Alpha also as our placard today. So we can go in and get the aircraft all set up today for our departure. So we'll go overhead now. We've got our pre-flight checklist, we've got our parking brake, which is set. From there we've got the battery, which is guarded, standby power is guarded, and ground power is on, which is checked. Go to bat and ground power. From there, left center pump can go, left pump can go on now as we get the APU started up. There you see low pressure oil warning up. Now we see the APU start. Get the position lights, which can go on and checked. Logo lights, we can put logo lights on for the fun of it. Cabin lights as required. Emergency lights are armed. No smoking can go on, which is checked. Coming down after that, we can get the packs on, so we can put the trim air on now and get the packs on with the isolation valve, which is open. Put the APU bleed on, switch that over once the APU comes to life. Get the irises now aligned as we go to our test. So we test the flight recorder, which is checked. Test our max speed warnings, which are also checked. Test the flaps, which are also set. We've got quick align on for the IRS, which is all good. We can see the EECs are on as well, which is all set and checked. So we're going to the FMC now and get everything all ready for our departure. We'll go get all of our panel lights on, so you can see the MCP light up as we can see it now. So there is the lovely MCP, which is in the settings. All you have to do pretty much is go over to your settings, configuration, go over to displays, and in the FMC, just get in the FMC, if you go to systems, you'll see that we've got the, on page number 2, it will say for the analog standby gauges, voice recorder switch, so you want them to yes, the analog standby gauges, that will give us these. And if you go over to the third page, the MCP panel, which is the Honeywell, if we switch it back to Collins, and you can see we've got our normal FMC there. And if we just go in, I'll show you it as we do it. And as we switch over, there's the MCP. So that's all set in there, and that's exactly how you do it. So systems, page 2 and 3, standby is on 2, and number 3 for the MCP. So we go over and get our charts and that in. We'll go over into the FMC and get our position. So we're leaving from Echo, Delta, Delta, November. Going to the left GPS, we can punch that in. Go to our route, coming in for Frankfurt, Echo Delta Delta Foxtrot. On for our departure out, we're leaving at the runway for 28. The sit that we're going to be taking is the Sukhad 2 Kilo, which is right here. From there we'll go over to our route, take the Tango 159, take us to Spessa. And then from Spessa we'll take the windy arrival. So put in the Spessa. And then from Spessa we've got the Spessa 1 Alpha. So we'll just go down and get Spessa. And there's a Spessa 1 Alpha. As we come in, we're coming in for the ILS for 25 left, and we are going to be transitioned for the Delta Foxtrot 626. So as you can see here, when we come in for our arrival, we've got the Spessa which is right here. So we're going to come on the Spezzle 1 Alpha, which is going to bring us all the way to Geddon. From Geddon, make that left turn all the way around, and then once we get down to the Delta Foxtrot 406, we're then going to basically take the initial approach fixture, which is the Delta Foxtrot 626. That will be our transition, as you can see right here, the Delta Foxtrot 626, 4,000 feet, and then we'll come straight down. We could go off at Charlie, as Charlie is literally just here on for the Spezzle 1 Bravo, but we'll follow it around, all windy, and we'll see how the arrival takes us in. So, transition off from the Delta Foxtrot. Okay, for our payload, we've got 15.7. And for our fuel, we have 11.1. Which is set. So we'll go back in, we'll relog that in 70. So we've got 11.1, put reserves of 2. Our cost index today is going to be 61. 240 we're going to be going for, so we'll go for 230, which we'll set in. We'll get our deviation as well, which we can also program. So for 240, 158014. And we've also got -29. Okay, we can execute that. We'll go to our takeoff. We can take takeoff 1 and we'll take climb 1. Coming on for our flaps in, we've got flaps 5, which gives 143, 144 and a 151 for V2. So we're going to bug 151, which is setting, leaving out of the runway on our charts for the departure. We can see as we leave out on the Suduk, we're going to basically go all the way out 5,000 feet. So we can initially put 5,000 in, which is set. And we'll get our QNHs, which is 1019, which is also checked. Coming in for our runway winds, we get the METAR as well. METAR is 300.06, which is checked, is wet. Okay. 1200 in. Center of gravity now. 21.8. Okay, 575. Okay, which we'll leave there, which is also set and checked. Put the speeds in as well. 151, so everything all there is ready to go. So the FMC is practically all set. We can go back over to our checklist now and continue on everything as we go. So we'll do the APU test before we do get everything done. So there's the overheat detection. There's the APU fire. Test the bottles. Test the cargo heat, which is all set for us now. So we're all set now to continue. So transponder, we'll just say standby. Indicated airspeed, we've got 151 for V2. We're coming out on the runway heading, which today is going to be leaving out straight for the 277. Okay, 277, which is also set and checked. Off our heading takeoff runway. Initial altitude, we've got 5,000 feet for sort of, and then we get the yaw damper and everything, which is done. So yaw damper can now go on, which is checked. Windows heats can now go on, which are also set and checked. Flight altitude, we're going for 23, as we can see down on our routing. Got 230, which is also set. Elevation down in Frankfurt on the arrival. We've got 364, so we'll leave that for 350, which is also set. After that, we've got flight directors, which can now be turned on, which are also checked. LNAV and VNAV as required. Minimums rev, altimeter rev, we've got 1019, which is also confirmed on the first officers. Auto brake can be set to RTO, which is also set. The comm radio is set, so as we leave out of the runway today, you can see we've got the Nuremberg, which is 11575. Okay, which we'll set in. It's also checked, it's got VORs on, so you can see there's Nuremberg as we are literally right there. Doors can now be closed, so we'll switch everything over now and get the doors closed and the engine area clear, as we can now switch over the packs, etc., as we get ready to go. So we'll switch over the APU gen now, which can all come to life. We can close off the doors. Engine area can be clear as well, which is also set and checked. On for our taxi, we're going for runway 28, so we're literally going to taxi down Alpha and come round to line up for the 277, which is also set and checked. So what we can do, as soon as we are nearly ready, we can call the tug and get ready to push back now. Okay, so the tug's now going to drive us up. We can now just get everything all set and checked. So we are not using Vulcan, we've got the Librain with the normal X-plane, so should make do for a really lovely rocky departure today. So there's the tug now, everything's all set there. We can just go on the reserves and put 1019, which is also set. Everything down on our speeds, 151, we've got 144, which is also set and confirmed. Climb 1, throttle reduction will be at 1200 AGL, acceleration at 1000. Which is also set. So before start checklist, we've got the auto throttle, which can be armed, which is set. We've got left, right, centre fuel pumps, which can also be set on now, which are checked. APU bleed is on. We can turn the engine bleeds off as well.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect. Set, parking brake.
Okay, parking brake set. We've got the electric hydraulic pumps, which are on. Anti-collision light can now go on, which is set. Ground equipment removed and engine area is clear. So we are all set. We'll get the probes on after start, which is also set. I don't know why the flaps are extending. So tug's now going to lift us up and gets ready to go. So what we can do now is we can go to our engine start checklist. So we've got secondary display unit, which is engine, which is checked. We go over onto our packs now. We can turn them both off, which are both checked. We go down for engine start switch for an engine number 1, which can go to ground, which is set. Okay, so we just do the alarm for the throttles. So now we can see N2 is increasing, start valves open. Get the oil pressure, which will come to life, and then 25% will inject fuel. Okay, so engine start for number 1 has now come over, so we'll go for engine number 2, ground. So we can see N2 now is coming to life. Start valves open. 25% with inject fuel. Then watch our EGT increase.
Operation complete. Please set parking brake.
Soon, bye-bye. Okay, so tug's now left, so we can go to our before taxi checklist. So we'll go overhead now, we'll get the generator 1 and 2, which can go on now, which is checked. TR1 with the APU with the Gen 1 can now go on, which is also set. Probe heats can now be turned on, which is checked. We can get the wing anti-ice as required. Temperature now is 15, so we're okay for that. Packs can now go back to auto. Isolation valve can go to auto. The engine bleeds can be turned on along with the APU bleed. We can turn the APU off, which is set and checked. Engine start switches can now go to continuous. Elevator trim set for 5.75 for takeoff. Flaps as required, so we go for flaps 5. We get our wipers on as well now. Recall, which is set and clear. Lower display unit can now go off, which is set, and we are now all ready for our taxi. So we'll get the controls over and then we'll get ready to taxi on out for runway 28. So for taxi checklist, we've got taxi lights which can go on, runway turn-offs as required, so taxis are now on. We're basically going to taxi all the way down Alpha and turn around, ready for runway 28. So, release the brake, because now start to power up. Now we're taxiing down for 28. So I thought I'd give you guys some rain today, as we want to make things as realistic as possible. And with Vulcan, we don't get that pleasure of having the rain in on the flight, so I thought what we'd do today is get the rain in, so then we can have a good time, and actually when we have rain we can actually use the rain as well. So we'll come out on head and select 400 feet, we'll engage at LNAV, we'll get to our flaps up, we'll then go to our VNAV, and then we'll hold 250 until 10,000 feet. So we're going to continue down, as you can see, for Alpha.
All of your items in the overhead bin. If you have any trouble finding a location for your carry-on items, please let a flight attendant know and we would be happy to assist you. If the overhead bin is full, please make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Please double check that all your items are put away so that the aisle is clear
So we're going to taxi down for Alpha.
Their way to their seats. If you're in an emergency exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities in the card in the seat back in front of you. If you're not able to comply with these actions, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be reseated. Now's the time to get out any last-minute text messages if you need to, but we ask that once we depart from the gate, you put away any laptops or tablets. Thank you and welcome aboard.
Okay, so we'll make the left turn, then get down for Alpha.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 553 with service to Frankfurt. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 5 minutes. Please note the cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed. If you have not already, please fasten your seatbelt and verify it is low and tight across your lap. Your tray tables and seatbacks must be in the full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare doors for departure, cross-check, verify straps, and stand by for all calls. Cabin crew, prepare cabin for departure.
Okay, so cabin's going to prepare now for departure, as we are ready to go. Weather is clear, we've just got some light showers in the area.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your complete attention to the flight attendants as they demonstrate the safety features of our aircraft. You will notice a light illuminated above your seat. When this light is illuminated, please fasten your seatbelt low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the
Level
strap.
parking brake, which will be set. Level fuel flow reset and rate. Center fuel pumps as required. We don't need center fuel pumps, as we are all good for the
Please take a few moments to
center.
now
Actually,
locate
as
one
we
of the
do
several
that, we
emergency
can actually
exits on
have
this
the
aircraft.
centers on.
In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you.
There we go.
In case of an
So
emergency,
centers
we
can
need
be
to evacuate
checked
the
and
aircraft.
on, which
There is
are
lighting on
set.
the floor that will guide you towards the
De-ice is required, which will be
event
off.
that the cabin loses
Cabin
pressure,
ice is
an
required.
oxygen
Flight
mask will
instruments
drop
will
right
be
in front
checked,
of you.
so we can
Start
just
the
do
flow
the
of
once
oxygen, pull
arounds,
the mask
which is
towards you.
set.
Place it firmly
Flaps are
over
set
your
for
nose
flaps
and mouth.
5 as we
Secure
now
the
come to the
elastic
hold.
band
We've got
behind
the
your
auto brake set for
head.
RTO, which is also checked. Takeoff data, we've got
Although the bag
V1,
does not inflate,
V2,
oxygen
and
is
we've
flowing
got
to the mask. If you're
rotate.
traveling with a child or
Coming
someone
down
who
for
requires
144,
assistance,
we've got
secure your
151
mask
for
first
V2
and
now.
then assist
As we
others.
come over onto the
Keep your
hold,
mask on
we'll take
until
the
a
second
member of
hold
the crew
point.
advises you it's safe to remove it. In the unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is located in a pouch under your seat.
Nav equipment's checked.
When instructed to do so, so,
And
open
we're
the
ready
plastic
for
pouch
takeoff.
and remove the vest. Flip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front. Pull the strap to tighten. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting.
Okay, so as we get ready now to enter the runway.
Vest does not inflate
Okay,
automatically.
go overhead now, turn taxis off, runway turn off lights can go on, strobes can now go on, which is set.
If necessary,
And we're told everybody to get ready for departure.
Pull the cushion from the seat, slip your arms into the strap.
So we've got our window wipers on low now.
Please securely stow all personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are all in their full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight, and that includes vaping. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is strictly prohibited by law. All of this information and more can be found on the safety card located in the seat back in front of you. We suggest reading this and let us know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying with us, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Okay, so we're just going to stop here now. Let's get the aircraft come to a still. Okay, so we are all now set for takeoff. We've done our before takeoff checklist, so request takeoff clearance. We'll say we've got takeoff clearance now, so we can put the landing lights, which can go on and set. We can set the TCAS to TAR8. We can hit the TFC, which we already have on, which is set, and we are all now ready to go. We just need to put in the 277 and the 277, which is set. Turn on the co-pilot's lights, and we're now all ready to go. So what we can do is we can release the parking brake, can go up to 40%. And TOGA. Okay. So push forward on the column. Airspeed live. Check, throw hold. 100, ease back neutral on the column.
V1.
Rotate.
Positive green.
You're up. Okay, so auto brake can be turned off now.
400.
400 checked. We can now engage LNAV, which is set. Can turn the landing gear off as well. It's just climbed through now on our V2 speed. Coming out on the 277.
1000.
1000 check. Now start to bug up now to our flaps up. There's our climb power coming in, so we're just lowering the rate of the nose of the aircraft. As we now get ready to climb up, we're going to go for initial 5000, which is set. So after takeoff checklist, we can get that all set as well. As we're climbing up now through a flaps of 1. So after takeoff, we've got positive rate of climb, gear is up, which is checked, auto brake is off, engine start switches can be turned off now, which are checked. As we're now passing up, we can now go up near to a flaps 1, so we just lower the nose of the aircraft just a little more. Runway turn-offs can go off and cabin lights as required, so there's our flaps 1. We can turn off the runway turn-offs as well, which are set. As we just make slight minor adjustments now, coming up for our flaps 1, and now we can just start to pitch up, just to hold our speed. Ready for the 216. So, as we're now leaving out through the rain, it seems we can now turn off the wipers.
1000 to go.
1000 to go, so we can get VNAV in, we can go up now to 13,000, put speed intervention in. And as VNAV's in now, we'll now follow the vertical profile of the aircraft now as we come for 230. Passing through 4007, we'll continue that climb up. Okay, so 5000 now passed, we'll switch over the QNHs of the standard. As we continue to follow the flight director, flaps can now be fully retracted as we come up of the 273, ready to pass through the clouds. Just make some minor adjustments now as we come up. After takeoff checklist is now complete, as we now go up to 250 on our speed, so the flight director will drop down just ever so slightly as we now go up to 2, and then we'll go to 13 for then our 230 on our flight. There's 240 coming in. There's 25. As we get ready for that right hand turn. On the right hand turn, as we are going to climb straight up, we're then going to take the 325. Yeah, the 325 will take on a right hand turn. So we're just passing 7,200 feet now as we see that lovely blue sky as we break through them clouds. So we'll just lower the nose now of the aircraft so we can get down in for 250. So as we're passing now through 8,002, what we can do is we can put on the autopilot, which is now engaged. If you're holding on to the yoke, if you're moving it left to right, or the joystick, and try and engage the autopilot, then it won't work. So you just have to let it go. So we put the engine anti-ice on now. We can turn off the fasten seatbelts, which are checked, passing through 9,000 feet. So, climb out checklist, CMDA is engaged, which is checked. Altimeter set to standard, which is also confirmed. ATC is required 250 under 10,000, which is also set. And landing lights off passing 10,000 feet, along with seatbelts and sensor pumps as required. So now as we go up to our acceleration speed through the climb out, as we get ready to go on to the 325, which is set. So currently now just 3.7 from Sigad, where we're then going to basically come round. So we can see now with our temperature, we've got the anti-ice on for the engines, which is also set and checked. As we make that right hand turn now onto the 325, and then from the 325 we'll be then going back on to the 290. So this 13, we can now go up to 230, so we'll just basically hit altitude intervene. And now we'll take N1 straight back up, go with VNAV speed now, and then once we get back up we'll go to VNAV path. So we'll take that climb up now guys as we go to 230. All of our checks are done, so what we can do is we'll go to our takeoff cinematics, and then we'll get ready to come down in for runway 25 left, ready for our arrival down into lovely Frankfurt. Now as we can see, as we discussed before, we're basically coming down on the Speza 1 Alpha. From the Speza 1 Alpha we're going to then go to Gedden and make that left hand turn to backtrack all the way up to Berpa, and then we're going to make a right hand turn to come back for the initial fix. So if we have a look on our plan, as we now go back to the 295, which is set, you can see with our plan here on our legs, we're basically going to come around all the way around, and then once we get round to the Delta 416, take out the vector, and then we'll stick that into that, which is set. Now if we go back to our plan, we can now see that there is the turnaround from the Delta 416 and then the Delta Foxtrot 626, which is basically right here. So we're just going to turn around then and then come straight down 4,000 feet all the way down into the runway. We've got the VORs as well. We've got Frankfurt, which is 1142, 24,000 feet, which would be 11.3 DME from the ILS. As you can see there is the India Foxtrot Sierra Whiskey. Then we'll come down on the 248 and then follow it all the way down. This approach point is DME 0.7 from localizer. We can see that we've got 3-degree glide path and we're probably coming in between 700 and 850 a minute. So we're all set for our departure and we'll get ready for our arrival. There's our top of climb, and as you can see there is our lovely star into Frankfurt. So don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, if you enjoyed the flights, and I'll see you when we get back for our top of descent, ready to come in for Frankfurt for runway 25 left on the ILS. Welcome back to the flight deck now as we're at flight level 230. As we get ready for our descent, we'll come down now for 5,000 feet. So we'll go down for 8,000 just to start the initial descent. We'll come down in level change now as we get to slow down and come down at around pace as we're going to come in for the arrival. So open up the speed brakes.
Our lovely flight attendants will be starting our in-flight service. We'll be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Premium drinks are available
okay,
for
so as we pass now through flight level 230 again for our descent. So de-ice as required, which is checked and on. Landing altitude is checked with 350 for 365, which is also set and checked. Recall as we come down the descent, which we can also check now, which is also fine. And letting the speed brakes as well, which are also fine as well. So we can go in and get our braking action as well. So on our landing, we're coming in for 25 left. Winds down are 270 at 11. QNH is 1017, which is set, coming in for flaps 30 as we come in for our landing weight. So as we see 9, take away 0.8, which is 68.1. Okay, which will set 68.1. Get flaps 30, 151. You can plus 5 it, which gives us 156. So we've got 68.1. Which is in going our braking, so we can take any braking action, but we'll take also brake number 3. So we can come down. We'll come down on auto brake number 2, which is fine. So pass it through flight level 200 now as we go onto that right hand turn, which is going to take us down onto Ripku, onto the 351. Okay, 351, max 25 degrees as we come down. So on that descent, as we slow through flight level 200, we can check the weather, just see if there is any weather about. So it seems to be okay. The visibility is not all that great either as we come down. So we've got 1017. We can update the forecast as we come down as well over our VNAV. So for 1017, which is set. Coming in for our speeds on for our descent 200. For 150 and 100. For that, we've also got 254005. For 15296. 13 and 283 at 014. Okay, which is set. We'll execute that off as well. As we come down now, making that right to left onto the 351, which is now set. I'm going to get our minimums as we come down on the arrival, as it is a little bit rocky today, as we can see. So minimums down on the ILS is 562 for 200 feet. 1017, which is 3 figures. Okay, 1017. And we've got 562 on the barrel. Okay, 562, which is also set and checked. Passing now through 17,000 feet. Okay, start to slow down now for 250 in just a few moments' time as we come around. Temperature's now increasing as we come into the descent. So, as we go into our descent checklist, we've got the de-ice as required, which is on. We've got land altitude as checked. We've done the recall, which is already set. Radio altimeter, so we've got the barrel to 562 for a 200 foot decision. And altimeter passing transition altitude, which will be 1017. And transition is going to be down for Frankfurt, I should imagine it'll be 5,000 feet. So passing 15,009 now. 270, as we're going to follow down now, all the way, as we then go into that left to left. And then that final right hand sweep, which will be down to Foxtrot 626. So we're basically going to run around as we come in now. So you can see that we've got the girding, which is 11.8. Okay, so you can see there's go over 12 nautical miles out. Slow speed down now, it's 250. Then we'll make that left turn, which should then take us round and down on the pretty flat right hand on 5.7. So it's 14,000 feet now. So for 250. See brakes and coming down. We'll take that left onto the 299. Then from the 299, we'll be taking it to the 247. So we are practically all configured now and ready to come in. Passing now through 14,000 feet. You can see that the wind is a little bit rocky for us as we're going to come in. We're probably going to have some showers also as we come down. Passing through 13,007. Hit for 4,000 feet around. By the time we get around onto the Delta Foxtrot 408. 4,000 in. As we get ready for that left hand turn onto the 299. Which is set. Go down and level change. Then go down to 247. So it is quite rocky coming down today. We've got a lovely MCP retro style. We're using the X-Plane normal. So we've got a lovely Librain coming in as well. It should be really nice for us today. So there's that left-hand turn passing through 12,006. As long as we're all stable and ready for around 4,000 feet, they'll be all good to go. So we're going to go on to the 247, which is also set. So just passing together really well. Now we can start to get the aircraft even more configured as we come down. So we're going to get in Frankfurt, which is the 114, this one too. Okay, which is set. And for the ILS, when we come in, we are going to be looking at the 111 decimal 15. Also set. As turbulence starts to just calm a little bit. It's passing through 11,003. So we just need 10,000 feet. We can hold in for 250. There's the top of the 75,000 as we come around. So we'll stay for 5,000 feet, which is set. So you can see the navigation display. Vertical deviation is rising up. Once it does, it will go back into VNAV profile.
and
start coming
gentlemen, the
down.
flight
So
crew has turned on the fastest
landing lights are on there, which are set. Passing through 10,000 feet now. As we get ready to come in for
We have
the
begun our
arrival.
final descent to Frankfurt. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to select any crash one final time. Please ensure safe tables are stowed into
I'm coming to intercept for the ILS. I'm coming
store
in
any
on
carry-on
the
items
248.
either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
Put our 156 on the ramp. We've got absolutely 152. We've got 151. We've already done our landing weight, so we've got 156. So we're looking around about 820 a minute. Passing through 9,007. We're ready then to make that and then turn around, which takes us back onto the 157. Far away from the clouds as we get ready to come in. We should have some showers on our way in. Minimums are set 562 for 200 feet. Past 8,004, now going to 157. From the 157, that's backtracking up to the 067. So there's 067 in, which is set. Passing through 7,008. See, there's Frankfurt. As you can see on the B1. Probably just tracking round onto that right hand turn now, past the 7,005. Local deviations coming back up now. So probably could swoop back into profile. Go into altitude intervention. Which is all set. As we slow down for 240. Passing through 7,002. Motion displays the Delta Strong 622. Be at 4,000 feet. So what we'll do is we'll either have to come down to 6,008. Get down for 4,000 by the time we come round, so we're going to track it outbound onto 067, ready to go inbound again. Keep the speed window open as well. 240. Ready to pass under them clouds. 5,000 transition as we go to 1017. Passing through 6,003 as we get ready to swoop into the clouds. Weather. Too bad. So there is the weather. Indeed, QNHs can now go back over. Which I'll say.
1,000 to go.
1,000 to go. Number 2, so as we get ready now for our approach check, it's got the altimeters which are set 1017, which is set. Got localizer frequency, which is the 111.15, which is set and cross check, ready for us to switch over, which we can also set over now. From there, we've got the localizer course, which is the 248, which is set on both sides, which is checked. The approach will be armed, and then once the guy slips to the line, we're going to be down to the so we're still currently tracking out barrels, staying for 240. Need to be for 4,000 feet as we get to the Delta Foxtrot 625 and 624. So as we come round, we'll be at 4,000 feet. So we're going over 4,000. Still safe at 240. glide slope is going to be activated at 11.3 DME, so about 12 DME.
1,000 to go.
1,000 to go. Stay for 4,000 feet anyway. We'll make that right hand turn onto the 248 and then we'll track inbound and ready to ascend for the ILS. So everything is all configured now as we get ready to come inbound. We've got the engine anti-ice now, which can be turned on. So this is about 17, so we can turn them off. Fixing around, ready to go into that right hand turn. 4,000 feet stable altitude hold. Still following the L9 profile. As we get ready for that right hand turn. 240. As we come in. Which is fine. And see for the missed approach should be 5,000 feet. So we're going to go back for the 248, which is also set. So we'll start to bring control column over now as we get ready for our arrival. So as we make that right hand turn now onto the 248. See that we've got the ILSs in which are set as we've just gone out of range, so just make that right hand turn and then the ILSs should come back in. Once we do, we can lock in onto the localizer as we are a bit far out for the approach. So we're going back onto the 248 now and we'll be ready to come in. 4,000 feet is set for the glide slope. Still holding at 240. Track inbound, the ILS will come back to life. So as we took the 155 for that left turn, we're now taking the 155, just already that for that right hand turn, but we're now going to intercept the 248. Wait for the ILS to come back in as we line up now back inbound for runway 25 left. So it is a bumpy one today guys, and we've got the rain in as well, so it should be a nice scenic view for you guys to see. Which brake 7 up at 2. Which is also checked as we come around there, 4,000 feet. As it's down to Foxtrot 625, just approaching 2.4 DME out. Once the ILS comes back into play, then we'll activate the localizer, etc. and get the aircraft fully configured then to start to come down. So there's the decel, which will be the Delta Foxtrot 621 at 0.68, so we're nearly there, 240, the 623 will be 231, and then 200. Okay. So we'll be going up to our flaps up speed once we get down. So Delta Foxtrot 623. As we're coming down further. Switch back on the ILS and get ready to come in. So we should have some showers down on the runway as well. Probably 4,000 feet. armed. As we just double check, just over, you can see that we aren't too far out now from the glide slope, as it's not to scale. As we currently come inbound out now, we should start to have the ILS come through any moment. As we just get near. It is getting a little bit rocky. Very sharp on the weather. As much. So we do come within reachable distance. We should switch over. Can do is we switch over to the other, so we see how far away we are. So about 20 odd miles. Once the ILS comes back, then we'll switch the other ILS over as well. Get that all set. So, get our wipers on there. Just coming in 20 nautical miles now on Frankfurt viewer. So that's 230. Then we'll go to our flaps up. So the ILS should come in at any moment. Once it does, then we can get all switched over and configured. Got wipers on now, coming in for the 248, which we've also got set. Then we can see the ILS has come in, so we can now get the localizer. We can activate the approach now as the localizer is coming. So we are now on the single channel, as we are now coming in. Can drop as we get closer into the runway. We'll stay on the localizer. 200, 168 for Foxtrot 621. So we'll go down for flaps 5 once we get down near 11.3 DME is where we're going to start the glide slope. Now we've got the window wipers on as we do have that lovely rain today as we come down in Frankfurt. So we're on the single channel. The localizer, the VOR lock is in. We've got the glide slope pre-armed as we come down. So we'll run through our approach checklist. So we can put our engine start switches now, which can go to continuous. We get our runway turn-offs lights on, which are set and checked. Fasten seatbelt signs are on. Anti-ice is off. Auto brake set for number 2. We've got QNHs, which are 1017, which are cross-checked, and we're doing 5,000 feet at this approach altitude. Currently 16.5 DME out from the glide slope, or the localizer, should we say. And we're currently got 11.3 DME where we intercept for the glide slope. Coming down through the Greek high path, we're looking for around 820 feet per minute. Got a flap stay for 156. So 11.3 DME is where the glide slope will start. So we'll see the magenta diamond start to move, I should say, probably around about 12 DME. Then we'll start getting all configured, ready to come in. So we can drop down into a flaps 5. Okay, it's just set. Okay, there's a glide slope now. So I'm going to leave the wind wipers on, as the rain's probably going to come and go as we do get down. So there's one magenta diamond just coming down now to our flaps 5, down to our flaps 15. Get out. Okay, glide slope is now intercepted. Get wipers off for now, just in case if the rain does come back to a full disconnect, then we will get ready and turn them on. So coming down through 3009. Okay, here comes the rain, so we'll leave the wipers on. We are established now, we've got the localizer and the glider which is set, so we can now go on to the approach. So we've got the altimeter set, which is 1017, we've got localizer frequency of course, which is checked, the approach is armed and active. We've got the glider live, geared is down 3 green, we've got flaps 15, which will now go to our flaps 30, which is going to be our 156, which is also set. Coming down, passing 3,400 feet, flaps are set now, speed brake is armed. Auto brake set for number 2, engine start switch is our continuous, and we've got our landing flaps which are set. So for our go around altitude, we've got 5,000 feet which is set. Runway turn off lights can go on which are set. Autopilot is required and auto thrust. So we're currently around 8 DME from the airport. We should start to see the airport come into sight at any moment.
2,500.
Okay, 2,500. Okay. Now we'll take the wipers off. As we can see, there's the runway in sight. Flaps 30. As we come down now, passing through 2,600 feet. We are fully established now, just around 7 DME out from the runway. So we are fully configured now, guys, ready to come in. Missed approach points 1.7 DME out from the localizer. And we currently have everything all configured. Missed approach altitude 5,000 feet, which is set. We're currently coming down on the 248. Single channels engaged, and we are ready to go. 560, 562 is for our minimums, 200 feet decision height. Flaps 30 set, auto brake, all good to go. So, what we can do now is disconnect the aircraft and we'll see how we fare to fly it. So, disconnect the autopilot and the auto throttle can be disconnected as well. And now I have control of the aircraft. So flying the aircraft manually now. It's going to start to get a little rocky. Okay, runway in sight, we've got 2 red, 2 white.
1,000.
1,000
feet
checked.
stabilized, missed approach altitude set. Lower our speed just a little. Okay, just a little bit of right rudder just to correct her. Continue.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, speed brakes are on and reversers are active. Okay, platform pressure onto yoke as we do wander around a little bit from the wind. Checked, reversers can be stowed, auto brake can be disarmed, and there we are guys, down in Frankfurt. Okay, so as we get ready to pull off the runway now, we're going over to Terminal 1.
Ladies and and gentlemen, welcome to Frankfurt.
Okay, so
the local time is
60 knots.
p.m. and it's
Speed rates
currently
can
about
be retracted now as we turn off the runway.
You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated
Traps
until
can
the
be
aircraft
retracted.
comes to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign
If you will be started around a minute and a half after landing, as we now come to the hold short, ready for us to taxi to the gate. So, as we come over now, we can turn the auto brake off, which is checked. We can turn off our landing lights. Right, turn-offs can go off, taxis can go on, engine starts can go off now. Strobes can go to steady, logo can go off, and we can get the APU all started up. Okay, so there we are guys, down in Frankfurt for the Friday night flight of the evening. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to support the channel and enjoy the flights. Leave your comments down below for any future flights you'd like to see on the channel, and I'll see you all again very soon for the next available flight. So take care for now guys, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.